Welcome back to the Friends of Friends podcast. We had some technical issues, but we're back again. We got our boy Life and Friends here. We got our boy
Mr.
Chef
Life
here.
and Friends,
And we got fucking
Chef
Steger, Kyle. What's up?
Yeah, man. So we were literally talking for like 12 minutes, and then Chef walked into the room, and I tried to create a new track for Chef, and the whole recording got deleted for some reason. So we're restarting, but we're going to do it right this time. So Life, could you introduce yourself, what you do, where you're from?
Hell yeah. So, Life and Friends. I'm from the Jersey Shore, Seaside Heights area. I throw concerts. I run a touring agency. I work for the biggest booking agency in the entire game, Mac Agency. And we are the underground kings of concerts. So if you're an artist, you already know where we at.
All facts, no fiction.
Yes, sir.
All facts.
So,
Zero
like,
cap.
Last time we spoke, we clarified this earlier in the last recording, but it was almost like a year and like some change ago. Like since then, what's life been like for you?
No pun intended. Life has been crazy, cliche, but like roller coaster is a good way to describe it. Like there's, because of COVID, like we were saying before too, like it's like been so up and down. Like it's like since then, we've been just like trying to find artists that really have that like that real fan base, organic fan base draw at shows. It's like, because we can only do so much as promoters if the artist isn't marketable or isn't doing their job on their behalf, like putting people in a room, you know? And, for the longest time during COVID, we were just like struggling to even get a show out. Like we were saying before, the one in Atlantic City, like we finally get a show and it gets shut down because there was way too many people there. But
That was crazy.
yeah, that was actually
was
crazy. Dirty Politics Shop. Shout out Dirty Politics, man. Atlantic City, Benji.
Goated.
Yeah, that shit was fire. I wish it would have happened. Like, shit would have been crazy lit. I think we got like 2 or 3 performers in, and then the fire department and the cops walked in. They're like, "Yep, shut down."
The fire department came?
But
Fire
you guys,
department came,
you guys
yeah.
made it
Holy
up though,
shit.
like at the TLA, right? Or-
Yeah, the TLO event complex. Yeah, we did. That's why I told you we did like these networking events where it's like we because obviously we do a lot of bigger events with like major artists, and like the goal is to find the best fitting artists for the bigger shows, because it's like you won't want to put a drill artist on with like a hyper pop rage artist, like
Right.
it just
Yeah,
won't make
right.
sense for like the show.
Yeah.
So we do these networking events where we like we meet new artists. Sometimes it's artists that have already worked with us, but they want to like I look at the networking events almost like practice, bro. And it's like, if you're not gonna be doing like a big show for a while, why not step on stage and stretch them vocals out? They're muscles at the end of the day. You got to keep them warmed up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's good
for sure.
practice for artists. It's a good way to, what I'm saying, like us to meet new people. And then, in turn, like, once you do a networking event with us, like it's like endless opportunity to kind of do any of our shows.
Right,
So it's like, that's
Yeah.
like the cool part about it. It's like it's like a system. It's like a team. Like, start down here and start from the bottom, and then you work your way up. And it's like,
Absolutely.
we've been working with a lot of artists. Like one really specific was the first artist I ever signed, Taylor Don, Lord Kavi, Alucard.
Lord Kavi is like signed to you guys.
Yeah, it was the first artist we ever did sign. And we're going to be working with a few artists moving forward, signing a few artists moving forward. But he's like the first dude I ever actually officially signed. Like, he's been working with us since like 2019. And I'm a big person on doing good business and like doing good by your word. And like, it's like, ever since he worked with me, it's never like whenever we'll get into it more later, but like when it comes to the business end of the shows, like there's a lot of stuff that goes in, like a lot of moving parts and aspects to like the concert industry. So it's like whenever I throw a price out there for what it costs to do this show, it was never a question with him. It was like, okay, here's the money, here's this, here's that. Let me lock it in. And it got to the point where it was like, it made sense for me just to be like, yo, like let's put the money aside for a second. Let's build something fucking huge. So like,
Right.
We signed him. And he's been touring with us, obviously, like I said, since 2019, but like since 2022 started, like that's when we officially signed him. He's been on every show, and it's just his fan base has just grown drastically. Like he has fan bases across the country in Cali that are like begging for him to come out and do a show. So that was cool, like making that our first like official signed artist to our brand.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm excited, dude. We got a lot of shit on the horizon for sure.
It's like the saying, relationships worth more than money.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like a longevity guy, bro. It's like I could worry about like fucking making a bunch of money right now, or we could fucking work together and fucking make a bunch of money in the long run together.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, like I was saying before, there's a pizza pie and it's 8 slices. Like, why the fuck am I gonna eat 8 slices of pizza?
Exactly.
Like, we can all have 2 slices. There's 4 of us here. We can literally all eat 2 slices and still be full. Like, we could be comfortably full off 2 slices.
True, 100%.
I'm gonna get more boxes of pizza later.
Yeah, we can order more, bro. There's always more
I
you
was
can
gonna
order.
say, I'm pretty fat, so I'll probably eat the whole pizza.
Yes.
Can we negotiate, Kyle? He's got like 1 or 2 slices at least.
I'll give you 3 actually. I'll take the rest of
3
the
slices.
pie.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all are beat. We're eating the whole pie over here.
Hey,
Order
man,
your own.
We salad gang over here.
Oh, big salad gang.
Of course y'all are.
Motherfucker.
But yeah, man. So you got this big tour coming up with DC the Don. I think it's like 12 plus locations.
Yeah, we're gonna be. The total is 19 cities. It's our first long distance tour. Like we've done like a bunch of like 4 city tours, 6 city tours, and we did it as long as an 8 city tour with DC this past spring and going into summer. And this is our first full length national tour where it's like the spring one we did. It was like 8 shows or 6 shows in like a 2-week period, and then there was another 2 shows like a month later. So it really wasn't a full 8 city tour. It was like kind of spread out. But this tour is October 27th to December 17th, straight through.
Damn, wait, how many months? That's 2 months.
Almost 2 months. Yeah, it's 56.
Jesus
It's actually
Christ.
56 days. The reason why I know is I just rented the 15-passenger van, and it was rented for 56 days. So it's from the night before that we leave for Chicago all the way till the 2 days after we get done with our last show. So I think we have there's like a 4 or 5 day period we're off for Thanksgiving, so we can come home and see our families, eat some good food, fill up, and then we head across country, drive the van from Jersey to Cali, pick them up in LA, and go up to Seattle for the first show.
That's fire, bro.
Hell yeah.
Like between traveling to cities and shit, is it like, boom, you hit a city and then is it like the next day you hit another city, or is it like a 2 period or 1 day break in between that? Like, what's the?
It depends on, like, so for this tour, for example, the routing is actually almost like a perfect routing to where it's like we can have, like, I set it up so, like, if a show, is just say, is like 12 hours apart, I'll set a travel day for that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like we'll have 1 day off, and then the next day will be a show. So, like, we start in Chicago on a Thursday, and then we're in Milwaukee that Saturday.
Okay.
And then we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, and then we're in Cleveland, Ohio for Wednesday, Columbus for a Thursday, a couple days off. Then we're in Philly on a Sunday. We're actually at Warehouse on Watts. So I think I was telling y'all about that before. Definitely all y'all pull up, bro. Warehouse on Watts.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be like I love Philly, bro. That's like that was like one of my first big cities doing shows in was Philly. So like I'll always have love for Philly. But yeah, no, like the routing's cool. Like we have a couple days off in between, and that's good too for like DC being the performer on the tour. It's like show after show, like people do it in the industry, but like the way he performs, bro, it's like he'll do like minimum, like the lowest set he's ever done is an hour and 15 minutes. So it's like he'll go from an hour and 15 to 2 hours, and it's like he needs to rest his voice. I don't know how he does it. He's crazy, bro. He's crazy.
He's a performer. He's definitely built for.
And he
What
played
he's doing.
basketball.
Hell
So he
yeah,
got that
bro.
Stamina,
Dude, he's tall as fuck.
How tall is he?
6'7", 6'8".
Jesus.
Bro, I'm always tall. Like I'm 6'2", 6'3", and like I always feel like I'm tall when I'm in a room with people, and like I'm like talking to this dude, looking up at him like this. I'm like, damn, bro.
That's how it feel to be 5'8" type shit.
Bro, I'd be like,
5'9" gang, yes sir.
and yo, he's nice at basketball, and like I always be talking wild shit. Like we'll be driving by a basketball court, and I'll just like under my breath go, "Yo, DC, you don't want to see me on that court." And he's like, pull over, gang. He's like, you don't want this smoke. And like, like we haven't played ball yet. This tour, we already said we're gonna have a
You
game in
guys
New York.
have to have a little BTS or just a vlog of you guys just playing horse or some shit.
facts,
Fuck.
facts.
Oh yeah, it's another thing too, bro. We've been doing this new vlog series we started. It's called Tour Life, and it's like
Fire.
it shows like because like people like when you go to a concert, it's like as consumers and as fans of music, like we don't know like if you're not in the industry like that, all you know is I just bought my ticket. I'm going to the show for 7 o'clock to get there for the doors, and I'm gonna stand in the crowd and wait for the performer to come on. Like there's so much little peculiar things that happen behind the scenes. Like I was telling y'all too when the other video crew was here earlier, like. You know, we've been late to a show because, like, you know, for example, like somebody oversleeps, DC the Don, and like we'll be late to a show, and you know, and we'll be, for example, I'll contact the venue, like, I mean, I'm not gonna put the venue out there that it happened with, but I called them, I was like, yo, we got pulled over, we're gonna be a little bit late, the cops are searching the car, like, we're gonna be a little bit late, so like I had the venue running the show for us when we weren't there. Shout out to the, I'm just gonna say it, shout out to Hawks and Reed, shout out to my man Ben, man. Like,
Yes, sir.
if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have had that show running. We
So like when you made that call and he was like, "Yo, like we got pulled over and shit," like how like far did the show get pushed back?
Doors were supposed to be at 7. Doors didn't start till 8, and we still weren't even there for Doors at 8. Like we pulled up at like 8:15.
Oh, okay.
So like, but
Yeah,
he like
it's not
kind of
terrible.
he kind of
It's
like
not bad at all.
So what's cool is like I'm a partner in this ticketing platform called ViewStub, and what we could do is like, so for example, when you buy a ticket online, you get this little QR code. Obviously, you can scan it at the door. So what I did was I sent the guy that was running the doors the scanner app for his phone. So he went through the entire line, checked everyone in before we got there, and when we got there, he opened the doors and everyone was just able to walk in. He wristbanded everyone. So the show is set up perfectly, and shit like that happens in the industry, like traffic. People get sick. Shit happens. You know what I mean? It's part of it. It's part of the industry. But there's like so much little things that happen behind the scenes, like setting up for the shows. On this last tour with DC, that we got all the way down to Atlanta. We drove from Jersey to Atlanta straight through the night at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. We left, drove straight to Atlanta.
Do you guys have like a driver for this situation, or is it?
You're looking at him.
You're the driver.
I'm the driver. I'm the guy setting the shows up. I'm the guy. I'm doing everything behiing the scenes.
bro.
And like
Boy,
I'm on
versatile.
Bro, it's crazy. Like I'll have the hotspot, so I'll have like, so it's actually kind of cool. We bring this big like concert speaker. We put it in the center console of the van, plug it in, blasting music. I'll have my laptop with a hotspot set up there. So I'm like typing stuff on my laptop. I'm on my phone taking phone calls and my AirPods, and I'm driving the van while looking at the GPS that's set up on the thing. So I'm like quadruple tasking. Like,
Jesus
driving.
Christ, bro.
But I will say, shout out to my boy Bob, shout out to my boy Joe. They usually do help me out on the drives and take over some of the wheels. And Grant too. Shout out to Grant too, because Grant does drive too.
Oh yeah. Name like everybody part of the team and shit. Like
Cool. So yeah. So obviously me, my boy Kendall. He helps me with a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. He's just getting re-tapped back in. He moved back. He was living with me in Jersey for a while. Moved back to CT. Got some shit together in CT. Like we've been trying to really grow like our different cities. So he's been doing a lot of like work in CT for us. So Kendall Visions, Get Fit with Noah Security Fit. Shout out to my boy and my bro. Media wise, we got Grant Lake, does all of our videos. We got Bob the Robber, does all of our photos. Joe DiGiacomo, all of our photos. We got VHS Chris, My Mind Stay Blank. He does VHS for us. We just linked with him. He's like our most recent team member that we've added to the team. We got Jago DJing and MCing, Drewby DJing and MCing. Yeah, the squad's lit, and obviously we got Tata Don as our artist. So we got a dope team, bro. We've been working together since, like I said, like 20. Some of us been together since like late 2018, and then most of us kind of like came together in 2019.
Right.
Like I met Kendall, Noah, Bob. Who else? I'm trying to think. Kendall, Noah, Bob. Yeah, and everyone else was prior to that. So Kendall, Noah, and Bob, early 2019. Everyone else was 2018. So like we've been working together for a smooth 4 years. So we work really well together, and it just makes for the show to be that much more smooth because it's like we're all on the same page. Like we know, they know how I am, I know how they are. We know how to, weave in and out, work with each other when shit's going down. Bro, it's crazy to like. That's what I'm saying. Like the tour life vlogs are crazy because like, bro, we did a Cali tour with them, and like literally, bro, we were short staffed. It was me, Jago DJing, Bob taking photos, and Grant doing video. I was running the door, running stage management, bringing the artists to and from the green room. Like I was like, and it's like the people that are in the crowd don't get that. They don't see that. So like when they're like, oh, why are concert tickets $25? This is why. There's like so much
the work
shit
that goes on behind the scenes
to set this shit up. It's like this doesn't happen for free, and like obviously work is time is money. So it's like, but it's cool. Like the Tour Life vlogs gives people like a deeper insight to what really goes on in the music industry. Because like it is fun. Don't get me wrong. Like it's fun. Like the music industry is great. It's definitely the best thing I've ever pursued in my life. Like I'm so glad that I'm in the music industry. But there is a lot of fucked up shit that happens. Like that people just aren't aware of because they only see it from one avenue. They don't see it from behind the scenes, And that's what we try and do with this Tour Life vlog is kind of give people like that insight to like there's more to the music industry than just making songs and hanging out and drinking and smoking and making some dope music. Like there's a lot of shit that goes on.
There's a lot of sober shit behind the scenes.
A lot of sober shit that makes you fucking want to drink. Like you know what I mean? Like
No, for sure.
Hell yeah.
But back to like the quadruple tasking, bro. So like you're literally the driver.
Yeah.
That's fucking mad, bro.
Bro,
Like,
the reason why I really started, I've always been the driver, but like the thing that really leveled me up, bro, I was on tour with K-Camp fall of 2021, and I was the driver for his tour, and I had to drive this big 15-passenger freaking van with a big-ass trailer attached to it, and like, bro, driving in like, okay, imagine driving in Philly with a big-ass van and a huge trailer attached to it, taking those turns. not easy. Like, not
Yeah,
easy. So, like,
definitely not.
I mastered it. Like, I've gotten to the point where I could back up with a trailer and parallel park a trailer.
Can you drift?
I can't do that.
Okay, so,
You got a story of
yo,
course
I was
you
in
got.
Pittsburgh. We were in Pittsburgh,
Drift.
and the roads in Pittsburgh go up like this. It's like hills.
Yeah.
So, like, I was coming around a turn, and, like, you had a floor to get up the hill because it was cold, ground was wet, so it's, like, icy. So we're driving up the hill, and I didn't know at the top of the hill there was a light, bro, and it was a red light. And I get to the hill, and I'm like, oh my God, there's no way I'm stopping. So I fucking skirt the wheel to the left like this, and we're drifting around this turn. The trailer like kicks out, like slides like this in the middle of a main intersection. And everyone's like watching this go on, like in the cars next to us, are just like watching. And I executed, spun the wheel right back, straightened it out, and like, people were like literally like outside their window, like screaming, like, hell yeah, dude, you killed that shit. Like, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, but yeah, it's driving is definitely tiring as hell, but it's cool because while everyone else is sleeping, I get to see all the cool ass scenery that's going on around us. Like,
Are you the only driver, or do like teammates switch off or type shit?
we switch off. So like, it usually in like, it'll be like me, Bob, Grant, and Joe are like the four that rotate. Like, I do a majority of it. Bob's been picking up a lot of the slack. Grant's been picking up a lot of slack. Joe hasn't been touring with us much recently. He's done like a few of the shows with us recently. He's just been very busy he has another job too, so he's been like really busy with that. But whenever he gets a chance, he comes on the road, and he's always driving too. So he likes to drive. Some people just like to drive.
Yeah, I have a few friends that are like that just like really enjoy driving. It all depends for me. Like, in the last 2 weeks, I've probably driven 500 miles, and I'm sick of it. I don't want to drive a car ever
Yeah.
again.
I felt that.
Whenever we go out places, like if we travel and shit, he's always driving. Like
Yeah.
I'm not driving, bro. I'm fucking
Yeah.
shooting this whole.
Yeah, I get the rental car and then my name, so I'm like, all right, I gotta drive the car.
Yeah,
it's just
exactly.
late nights. I was gonna, yeah, that leads me to another question. So like, how are you sleeping on these tours? Like, are you getting how many hours are you getting? I guess it depends on.
Ah, here we go. This bitch smiling.
So that K-Camp tour taught me a lot, that it's like, if you're not the artist, sleep does not matter.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like, I'm not even exaggerating, bro. We'd get back from the show, would end at like 10:30, 11. We'd go to the after party at the club. We wouldn't leave the club till 2 or 3 in the morning. By the time we get back to the hotel after stopping at McDonald's or stopping at a restaurant to get food, we're back at the hotel at 4:35 in the morning, and we're off at 7. So it's like, I'm not even getting like an hour and change sleep. And like, when we tour, like, it's almost like adrenaline, bro, too. It's like, we start all of our tours. I always try and do a city starting the tour where the artist is the hottest. So it's like we start off on a bang. It's like, for example, with DC, we're doing Chicago. It's his #1 streaming city. So it's like, we're going to go to Chicago, start off on a bang, and it's just going to give us like that adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Just to like really push through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like sleep, but it's like, bro, like I'll do drives. Like we did that Atlanta drive straight through, like no stop offs, like straight through. Only thing we stopped for was gas.
Yeah.
And if someone had to take a piss.
Yeah.
And it's cool because there's no girls in the van, so it's like we just pull over, fucking take a piss on the side of the road and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like,
distractions.
You don't have to
Yeah.
find a restroom. All that shit. Yeah.
Plenty
So,
of
like,
distractions. We make distractions with them. No, it's fun to make distractions with them.
I feel like you ever get this, like when you're at the crib and you're waking up, it's kind of like and then you may take like another like hour to sleep, but when you're on the go, you kind of just like wake up and you're ready to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like that, like, cause like, bro, like I really love like the music. Like I love music, and like it's like I'm waiting for that next show. Like we get done with the show, and it's like the show's ending, and like it's almost like I use the roller coaster phrase. Like we're going up the whole entire time. DC performs, boom, it's lit. Meet and greet afterwards, and it's like we have to meet and greet done. We go back to the hotel. It's like boom. It's like
The drop. Yeah.
damn. It's like when's the next show? Oh,
Yeah.
we got tomorrow's the show. Sick. Can't wait. Like
We
yeah, and it's like, well, I like I said, not that I don't need sleep, but I'm like one of those people that's like, if I take a little smooth little hour cat nap, I'm good. Like I'm locked in. And we also have whoever's sitting in the front. So if I'm driving all the way through and I only got an hour of sleep, someone sitting in the front that's the rules. Like you got to stay awake with the driver. Like,
Passenger side.
yeah. So if you're falling asleep, we pull over, someone else hops in the front, just so it's like somebody's always awake with the driver.
Yeah, just to
Right,
be safe
right,
and
right.
cautious about
We've
it. Yeah.
knock on wood. Let me just knock on wood. We've never had an issue with anyone falling asleep with the wheel.
Okay.
hope not.
So so let's hope not, for the sake of life and friends. But yeah, no, we it's fun, dude. It's just cool. It's a vibe. Like be on the road with your boys, like people that they're actually boys with, not just like people you're forced to be around. And that's what's cool about DC's camp too, bro. Like we've all like our last tour, like our first tour we did with them, like it was just instant click. Like everyone clicked. Like everyone like knew their roles. Everyone played their position, and it was just like that's why the tour was so successful, is because everyone played their role and everyone played their part. So it's like when you're able to do that with a team that like they have their established team, we have our established team, and together we are a unit. Like we all play our position. So that's what's really cool. And that's what I've been longing for the longest time, is getting with artists that like know what the fuck's going on. Like they know what the hell they're supposed to be doing as an artist. Like, yeah, this shit's lit. You're super cool. You got chains on. You make dope music, and you got a bunch of girls around you. That's great. That's cool. But like, do you know how to really make your brand the maximum potential it should be?
Right.
Like this shit, like you could be here today and gone tomorrow with this music shit. So it's like about executing, and that's what DC's done in his career. Is like, it's like so there's like levels to it. It's like, you know, a lot of artists nowadays, they blow up like this, and they don't have that structure in their career leading them up to the point they're at, so they fall off instantly.
Yeah.
So like DC has been around since 2017, 2018. Like he's been dropping music consistently. Every song on SoundCloud has over 1 million streams.
Yeah.
I can't name any other artist out nowadays that have that. I can't. Unless they're buying their streams, they don't have it like that. So like he has that organic fan base, that organic, you know, cult like following that just has been rocking with him. And like I was saying before, like he was in a shitty label deal. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but he was signed to a shitty management deal, shitty label deal, and we were supposed to tour with him and Sui Generous back in 2019.
Wait, who? Who?
Sui Generous is his name. So him and DC used to rock together. They're still like boys and shit, but I think like they just, you know, you go this way in life, you go that way in life. We're still cool, but they do their own thing. And we were supposed to, you know, tap in with him for a tour, and his deal. His manager did not let us do the tour. They actually like blocked the tour 2 days before announcement. So I had a last second switch up. We got Jay Guapo, ABG Neal for a little collab tour. We were trying to do, it was called Summerfest, and we were trying to do like a mini festival in each city. So we would book like the hot local artists that we work with, put them on the lineup, and then have these 2 headliners. But yeah, for the longest time, DC wasn't able to tour, and that he finally got out of his deal, was able to fucking hit the road, and that's what we did. And it's just we're crushing it right now, dude. These 19 shows are gonna all sell out. The tour is fully sponsored by SoundCloud. Like, and just so everyone knows, like SoundCloud doesn't sponsor tours. Like they don't just sponsor tours. So, and the reason being that it's sponsored is it's like this isn't like a situation where there's like a big money guy involved. It's like it's an independent touring agency, Lyfandfriends. It's an independent artist, DC the Don, and it's an independent music streaming platform, SoundCloud. And it's like a full circle moment. You know what I mean? It's like super cool, and it's good. I just think that it's gonna be. We've been saying to me and my team, it's just like this is going to be a moment that's going to like change our lives, because like we've been waiting for this. This is what we've been wanting to do. So it's like we finally got the opportunity.
So like when you say SoundCloud sponsored this event, like who reaches out from SoundCloud? Like what is the, you know, like how did it come to be?
Right. So DC being an artist that wasn't able to release music on Spotify because of his deal. Was always releasing on SoundCloud. So like they automatically already had like a really good relationship with SoundCloud because DC was doing really well on their platform. So they've always been tapped in. DC's manager Brandon's very tapped in with a lot of people. Shout out to my boy 713 Brand. He's very tapped in with a lot of people, and SoundCloud was one group of people that he was super tapped in with. And like he's like, yo, get together this tour, get me a smooth like. We were like kind of talking about it at first. Like we were like both like not joking, but we were kind of just like hypothetically. We're like, oh, let's get 25 dates. Let's get 20 dates. And I like came to him like 2 weeks, 3 weeks after we talked about it with a whole routing of like, I think it was at that point it was 20 shows. We ended up dropping the Toronto show because the Toronto promoter wanted to wait till after the tour or something. But I came to him with 20 shows, and he calls me. He's like, yo, all these dates are locked in. I'm like, yeah, I already have the venues. We're good. And he's like, dude, I'm hitting SoundCloud tomorrow. We're getting them on this tour. So like we had a big call with them. A bunch of cool shit's happening with it, bro. Like they're marketing the whole tour, and there's gonna be a lot of like cool shit. I can't talk about too much of it because it's like stuff that's gonna be dropping throughout the top of the new year and stuff. But it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of coverage, media coverage on the tour. That's for sure.
So you're like in charge of literally calling every single venue, and like, yo, we need to book this place for this artist and da 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 da.
Hell yeah.
So you're the guy for all that shit.
Yeah. So I like it's actually kind of like. It's kind of like a bullshit game. It's like, so when you go into, it's like a politic game. So it's like when you go into a new city you're not from, they're going to try and squeeze you. They're going to tax you on the venue. They're going to tax you on anything they can possible. So it's like when you approach them on like a tip where it's like, listen, like, you know, we're going to sell this date. Someone's going to give us a venue. So it's like, I approached you first. I hope we can get something locked in. And every venue I hit up, like grace of God, like thankfully was just like, yeah, we want to work with you. We looked into DC stuff. We fuck with it. We want to work with you. So it's cool that we have the full control of it. Like I booked the venue. So I'm the person that's like, the venue's not telling me when DC needs to go on stage. It's like, I choose when everything happens. So
it's kind of like we're doing you a favor type shit.
Yeah.
Coming to you first.
Yeah. Because like, bro, a lot of venues like, and I'm just gonna say this because I have a really good relationship with them. Dingbats, that's our Jersey venue. That's our home venue. And honestly, like they've done hip hop prior to us, but like we kind of like set a staple in Dingbats. Like that's like the hip hop venue now. Like every promoter and does hip hop shows in that size capacity goes to Dingbats now because we kind of like. Like I said, they already have their Dingbats is a legendary historic venue in North Jersey. So like that's already stapled. That's already stamped. But like we came in there and like really put a spotlight on hip hop. I think it was the Coil Ray tour, honestly, that we really got that spotlight on. Oh, wow. Oh, the cameras like turn off episodes, right? Yeah, word. That's what I think I was telling you when I was recording our podcast, bro. It was just like a shit show, dude. At my crib, like the mic wasn't recording, and we were going for like an hour and a half, and the camera shut off after like 30 minutes.
We learned that the hard way too.
Yeah, one of the podcasts got completely chalked because of that.
It was the very first one.
Yeah.
That's literally what mine was. I never did another one again.
Yeah,
Rest in peace.
It really just.
We'll let you know. We got 4
unmotivated.
minutes before they turn off, so
Cool.
I'll just give you like a heads up.
Cool, sounds good to me, bro. So you this is your setup over here, right? So you got the whole studio set up.
Yeah, this is all my shit.
You're producing too, right?
I'm producing, I'm engineering, like mixing, mastering 24/7, like working on scores for people, like a little bit of everything.
Hell yeah, that's cool. Like y'all got this whole like vibe together. Like, that's,
Yeah,
like,
bro,
cool.
and we've been like friends since high school. You feel me? Like
Organic.
Yeah, bro.
Organic.
Just like how you got your friends and shit. You know,
Yeah, it's
like,
organic.
that's
We're
how it's
all
gotta be.
homies, just like, you know what I mean? Locking in with our brothers, just trying to help each other out. It's just.
Since junior year, since like roughly like sophomore, junior year.
Yeah, that's the way it fucking works, bro. It's organic. It's like you guys already have a relationship established, so it's like everyone I work with too. It's the same thing, bro. Like we all know our roles. We all know like what we're supposed to do, and like now that like we've been saying this for years, bro. It's like I've been saying to everyone like, yo, like we're riding this shit together. We're in this shit together. Like this shit's gonna take off one day, and when it does, we're all gonna be good. And like
Right.
that's what all
Definitely.
like these guys. I've never had to switch somebody out of the team. The same 8 people that I roll with are the same 8 people I've been rolling with. So it's like. I never question loyalty. I never question, you know, is this shit gonna happen? It's like it's just dope because it makes me feel confident about our shit too because like they believe in our vision. They believe in the Lyfandfriends vision. You know what I mean?
And yeah, when you
Most
bring on
definitely.
new people, they don't really understand it. That's why it's hard to like incorporate it because they're in for a quick buck. But when you do it with your homies that are like have been around, they understand like, yo, this is the bigger vision type
This
shit.
is not a
Exactly.
rabbit race. This is a turtle race, my boy.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Slow pace
Longevity.
wins the race.
Mm-hmm. It's longevity.
Yeah.
Longevity. So where does the name of the brand come from? I know your name is Life, but the ice cream logo and shit like that, like where does that come from?
All right, so I'll kind of get into what life. So when I was making music as a rapper, I used to go by the name Nicky Fresh. It was my Jersey Shore club nickname, and like my music was progressing, and I'm like, yo, I need to kind of come up with a new name that kind of fits what I stand for. And I remember I used to work as a security guard in a hospital, and I went out drinking the night before. My boy put me on the worst post in the hospital. It was called Podium, and it's basically where the front of the building where everyone walks in and they ask you 1,000,001 questions.
Okay.
And I'm sitting at this post and I'm like, damn, like, what can I do? And I'm like, you know, and I'm like thinking about where I am in my life. And I'm like, damn, like, I kind of really fuck with like my life that I live. And like, it just kind of hit me. I'm like, life. So I spelled it out Life. I'm like, all right, let me change this. And then I did Lyfe. And I looked it up on Spotify and there's a guy named Life Jennings. I'm like, I don't want to show up when he shows up. So I took the E off, Lyf. And I'm a big dude on acronyms. I love acronyms. I love when something has a meaning, but it has another meaning. So life stands for living young forever.
Right.
Fire.
So it's
So fun.
and what's cool is like so with the shows and with music and with anything in general, it's like you could appreciate the content and the music and like the experience, whether you're 14 years old and it's your first concert, or if you're like we've had parents that are like 50 something years old, 6 something years old with their kids there, and they'll come up to me and they're like, yo, like this is amazing. This is an amazing experience. Like I love this. So the ice cream cone. Remember when you're younger and the ice cream truck drives down the street and you go out there and you're like super excited and you're like, oh my God, the ice cream man's here. I want to get an ice cream cone. Like you could enjoy that at 5 years old, or you could be 75 and have that same euphoric feeling when you go out to the ice cream man. And like, it's like, you take a lick of the ice cream cone and you're like, damn, I remember doing this when I was 5 years old. Like I remember that first time hitting the ice cream cone. And it's like, that's what kind of like, and the thing is like, obviously marketing wise, like I was like, you know what, I want this to be something that's not like catered to a certain, you know, age range of people. I want it to be, you know, socially acceptable amongst all ages. And ice cream, who the fuck doesn't like ice cream?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
exactly.
yeah.
I mean, when I'm dieting, I don't like ice cream, but like,
Yeah.
I mean, I might sneak like a bowl or two here and there, but yeah, no. So it came from that, just like the, you know, living young forever aspect where it's like, no matter what age you are, you can really enjoy that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hell yeah. And I love it. I live by it. Living on forever is my lifestyle, man.
I love that, bro. That's really like even the logo itself. It just gives off like a professional, like like a brandable vibe.
Hell yeah. And that's what we for the longest time we really didn't have like brand direction. So like we just all sat down one day and we're like, we need to figure out something that really makes sense for this company and where we could grow with it. You know what I mean? So that's what we did. We came with the ice cream cone. We've been rocking with it ever since.
I think it's genius, to be honest.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Super sick.
I definitely like the old logo a lot, bro.
The neon one?
Yeah, bro. When I was in college and shit, there was like a logo project and I traced over it type shit and sent that in. He was like, bro, this is one of the best logos I've ever seen. I'm like, yeah, I didn't tell him I took it from somewhere, but I'm like, yeah, that shit's fire.
Fire. What, so you did it for the ice cream cone?
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Word, fire.
But yeah, man, like, so when you book these concerts and shit, like how do you get in contact with these artists? Like, do you know like management, like personally type shit, or like how do you, like, say there's a new up and coming artist and you want to book them? Like, how would you go about that?
So before I book anyone, I'm not going to give away the cheat codes so other promoters can use it.
keep
But
the sauce.
but there's a website where I can actually view an artist's full streams, what cities are streaming them the most, how many monthly listeners they have from that city, and it breaks down like their age ranges of who listens to them in that city. And like I basically use that to kind of like if I hear a name, I'll go be like, all right, let me go on this website and see like what these guys are doing numbers wise. And like that isn't a direct tool to like really figure out if they're going to sell out or not, but it gives you like at least a direction of where you're going to go with it. So if I don't have a contact to that artist, I'll like literally go through the artist's Instagram. I'll go under every person that likes their photos, every person that comments, and I'm going to go until I find someone that says management this person, or like if I go online and I just figure out who's connected to who, I'll call resources. Like I have a bunch of people that I'm tapped in with in this scene, like either other promoters too. I'll just tap in like, hey, listen, bro, I throw shows. Like, do you have contact to this person? Like, I'll help you out if you ever come up to the Northeast. And that's another thing too. Like I told you, like just being organic with people and just being genuine. Like I've really built like our brand off of like collaboration and like people coming together for a sole purpose of like just making a community, making a network where it's like you could, like we have artists that are from like the Philly, Jersey area. Like Tay, for example, he's from Philly, and just working with us and coming out to the West Coast, he's got fans in LA, fans in San Fran. Like he's coming on this tour, he's got fans in Texas. Like. And that's what's cool about like the network aspect is like the more people you know, the more you can accomplish and bring to the table. So yeah, we'll like hit up the artist's manager. I don't like just doing things with artists where it's like we book them and it's like I don't really talk to them or like work with them on it. Like I like to be like really like hands-on, like have the artist involved in like the graphics, the video production we do for it, like the promotional aspect, because it's like if we want this artist to really sell out, we want them on board for what we're doing too. Like we want them to be like, all right, this flyer's fire, I'll post it. Like, yo, this video's fire, I'm gonna post this.
You're on that personal level with them, actually connecting with them and trying to build something.
Yeah, because that's how I've noticed our shit's really worked out. Like we did this shit with Autumn back in the early top of 2022. Like after so long of just not having any successful shows and everything just kind of flopping. We had the Autumn show, sold it out in like 5 days, the first Jersey show. Then we added another Jersey, sold it out in 6 days. Then we did Atlanta. We've never done Atlanta before, and we sold it out. I think like the week of the show, we sold it out, 700 tickets. And like we were really tapped in with Autumn for that experience. Like we were like, I was on the phone with him and his manager regularly, like, yo, like this is how many tickets we're at. Like, what do you think we could do to maybe put some more sales out? Like, maybe post at this time, we'll do like a collaborative post. You'll post in your story, whatever. And it's just like when you're involved, as opposed to just like me paying an artist to come out and perform, like that's sick. But it's like when you build like a relationship with somebody, it makes for a better product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with you guys, with like the video production and the audio production too, like when you actually are into the project, as opposed to just looking at it from a business perspective, like, oh, I'm about to make a quick 750 on this video, or I'm about to make a quick 1500 on this video. It's like, you know what? Like I fuck with this song. Let's really break down this piece. Or like, yo, like I'm gonna record you for a 6-hour block. Like I'm just gonna sit here and press record to make my money. No, like you want to be involved in the project because that makes for a better piece of work.
Yeah, definitely.
Very true,
Every
very
time it's
true,
on a
yeah.
personal level and you actually get to bond with the artist, I feel like the work that comes out is way better than just like looking at it as a paycheck. And that's like really what our brand's about. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're trying to form those genuine relationships with the artist and trying to create some like great work.
Yeah, and that's the goal. That's when people are gonna attract to it, and that's just gonna help not only your brand but that artist brand in the long run, because it's like that organic look of just like having everything aesthetically pleasing to the people, and like you feel it when the project is a collaborative effort. Like people are all involved in the project,
Yeah.
I
Hell yeah.
definitely agree with that, bro. When you're into it and the artist is into it at the same time, you guys can make some crazy, crazy stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Because that artist has a vision, but at the end of the day, we're all visionaries too. So we all see things. Everyone sees everything differently. Not everyone has the same view. So it's like that artist puts his 10 cents in, you put your 10 cents in, I put my 10 cents in, y'all put your 20 cents in. And it's like, that's how you get for a fucking perfect product.
Yeah.
Not perfect. I don't want to use the word perfect, but like for a product that's going to really push and really hit how it's supposed to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Most def.
Hell yeah. So like, what is like your guys like? So with the videos and stuff, like you guys started off. Like, what was your like starting point in the industry? Like, where'd you guys start off?
Bro, so I started making music kind of like how you did, you know what I'm saying? Making music, and then I seen the Bull Cole Bennett, and I was like, bro, like, he's literally doing this shit with like a camera that you could like buy from anywhere. It's not like some professional gear or whatever. So I was in like high school my senior year. I took this photography class, and I started with a Lumix G7. I'm like, Mom, I need that camera. And then she bought it for me, and then it was really an excuse to just so I could start shooting videos, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Start shooting videos, and then from there, I just fell in love with it, kept going. You know, there's always times where you run into like an artist that gives you a really shitty song, but
Yep.
when you get a really good one, bro, like recently it's been a lot of good songs that I've been working with, and I'm on the phone with the artist, I'm like, bro, we gotta do this, and that, and they're like, yeah, let's fucking do it, and they're always down, and it just lit the passion for the shit, you know what I'm saying? Because there was just a point in time, like 4 or 5 months, where I was just shooting straight Duke videos, bro.
Yeah,
Bad
I feel
can't even
that.
lie.
after bad.
Gonna have those, man.
It was like we were in the dark for a little bit, and then the light's finally shining, and it just everything's coming to fruition, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's finally coming together.
Life is full circle. What about you, bro? Where did you start off with music stuff?
Oh, with producing?
Yeah, well, where was your first like tap into the industry? Like, what was your first thing you ever did in the industry?
Most def. Roughly around like the end of 2019 until like 2020, I had linked up with a guy out in like Upper Harlem, and his name is Jay Prezi.
Oh, I know Jay Prezi, actually. I've heard the name
yeah.
before. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's a super talented artist, but I met him actually through somebody I was connected with at our school prom, believe it or not.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we have like one of the best proms in America, like just based off of the whole internet thing, at Pennsbury, and my mom was backstage, and she got me connected with two dudes. I can't really say the names, but they were app developers at the time. Boom, boom, boom. We start chopping it up on DMs and shit, and they're like, yo, we got this artist named Jay Prezi. I started there with him. I DM'd him, and I swear to God, like, we just hit it off. Like, and I would say about, I mean, to this day, we're just still rocking. Like, we're still making music and doing what we do. But
You and Prezi, you said?
yeah. Me and Prezi, we just never fell off for some reason. But he was like my first introduction to like going out of the city, making connects, like getting in the field, going to networking events, producing for other people in studios. Because I was a homebody, I would just make beats at home just to do it. So that kind of happened, and then long term, I mean, we found out like his uncle was like a fucking like retired industry guru, and I never knew about it for years, and he actually got me my publishing deal back in March.
Oh, fire, dude.
So yeah.
Sick. So you have a publishing deal. So what is a like I've always wondered that. What is a publishing deal? Like
Basically, it's a little bit different for everybody, but it's basically where a label offers you upfront money in advance for your product. So like if you're doing music, if you're doing beats, you would basically sign a pub deal. They would give you an advance, might pay you like half up front and then the second half of the year. And you would basically just utilize their connections and what they got going on. So they'll throw you placement opportunities. They'll give you networking events. They'll shop your music out to places like Netflix and Hulu. Try to get you in TV and commercial and all that shit long term. And basically try to make money with you together. That's kind of like their whole thing.
That's fire, bro. I
Yeah.
love that for you.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing. It's definitely cool. And a lot of younger artists and producers really don't know a lot about it. You know what I'm saying? Like most people just want to sit in the room and just make music and not have to worry about music or biz. You know what I'm saying? But like once you start Googling shit and just wonder, that's where you'll find the real info. You know?
yeah. That's like long term play. That's like a cool long term play, like to really like get like the pub deal. Because I know
Yeah.
there's damn, bro, I met this dude in Cali. It's like to get your music in Netflix docs and stuff like that. It's called oh my god, bro, I can't think of the name of it off the top. I'm really gonna be pissed if I don't remember this. But long story short, it's the same thing. It's like I guess it's like a pub deal, but it's like
Sync deal?
sync.
Yep.
That's
Sync
what it's called.
deal. There we go,
Sync deal.
Spencer.
Yeah. Damn, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so he actually is a sync artist, and he's like, bro, he like showed me a Spotify. 'Cause I was like talking, 'cause I make music too, and like I make like pop punk like style, like rock music.
Fire.
And like I was talking to him in the van. I'm like, bro, like actually shout out to Tola Graham, man. That's my boy from LA. And we were talking. I showed him the song. He's like, bro, he's like, look at my shit. He's like, I release music. He's like, I'm not like, yeah, I'm like an artist. He's like, but I'm not doing this to be an artist. He's like, I have a deal with Sync.
That's
and they get
sick.
my music in all these different like Netflix series, commercials, ads, movies. He's like, and I get paid longevity revenue off that.
So another cool thing about that as well is when you actually get your music placed with commercials or TV or movies or anything of that nature, every time it streams in like a theater or radio or anything of that nature, that person's paid for life.
Yeah.
Like that's why the Super Bowl coming up, the people that are like producing for the Super Bowl, bro, paid
Money.
for like a very long time.
Dollar bills, y'all.
It's incredible, man. If you get yourself a sync deal, man, you're gonna do yourself right.
Yeah, definitely. That's like something I've been like kind of looking into for my music because it's definitely. I'll definitely show you once we're done with the episode tonight here. But I've been working on some cool stuff, like some cool like pop punk stuff,
Sweet, man.
some different shit.
Yeah, Life's got a
Absolutely.
whole band now. You're just showing us some stuff
You
earlier.
have a fucking band?
It's called My Love Life.
Oh, that's sick.
That's,
Hell yeah.
and
That's
it's
sick.
LUV.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
LUVLYF.
that's lit.
Yeah.
All of my ex-girlfriends or women I've interacted with are not gonna like me when I release this music. 'Cause I'm saying it how it is. I am saying it how it is.
Talk that shit.
Hell
This
yeah.
guy's great, bro.
Hell yeah.
Great.
I still love you guys though. I still love you.
For the uglies. Yes, sir.
Respect to all my exes.
But like we were saying in the car, it's like I'm trying to build something that's like a structure for like the industry because like there is like actually I was just texting when you guys were doing the podcast earlier. I was just texting my Atlanta venue GM, and she's like, we were talking about how like a lot of these hyperpop shows and shows that are ran at her venue get canceled because the crowd is too wild or the promoter doesn't have control of the show. And like I was telling her, she's like, you're the only promoter we work with in this genre because like our shows are so clean cut, smooth, point A to point B. I give them a timestamp of when everything's gonna happen and it happens at that time. So like we're trying to create this structure where it's like we're here for fun, but we're also here for business.
Yeah.
Most
and
def.
it's like that's what I feel like the industry lacks, and that's what something we're really trying to push is like that agenda where it's like let's really tap in and like make a framework for the future of the industry because like a lot of these young cats don't really have a grasp on like the way they should be handling business, and like a lot of like artists will ruin their brand just by how they act and how they move in the industry, and even promoters, same thing, venue owners, same thing. It's like if you're out to just scum people, there's only one place for you, and it's at the bottom. Like you end up there eventually.
Where the scum are.
Yeah, you hang out in the scum of the earth.
Yeah, sure.
But like
Gremlins.
my goal is just to like take this shit to the fucking moon back and then go back to the moon again. Like I just like want to just like blow through the ceiling with this with all the artists we work with because it's like there's so many good people in this industry that like get shafted, and it's like we as a unit of people that are good people, we stick together. There's only one way, and it's up, and it's never down. It's
Right.
only up.
Most def.
Only up.
Yeah.
Only up.
That's it. Uppity.
I was just
Uppity.
uppity.
Uckety.
Uppity with the uggies.
Oh man.
So what's up? So it's Life and Friends and it's Friends of Friends. So what's the horizon for you guys coming for this new this 2023 year and then 2022? So what's the vibe?
Hey, man, I want to keep making these music videos. I just want to get better and better, get these budgets going. Kyle's going to help me out, and we got this partnership going, man. Like, I want to be able to do concerts and create, like, ciphers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what Genius be doing?
Hell yeah.
Shit like that.
Mike, yeah,
fire.
we're trying to tap into the concert lane. We just did the cipher. 2 parts are out right now, the A and B. We're about to drop the C part, and then in the upcoming months, we're trying to host a concert, obviously with you guys.
Hell yeah.
Get that shit going.
Yeah, if we
More
could do a
vlogs,
concert with you,
BTS, and-
just like a one-time thing, I feel like that'd be fire.
It doesn't even need to be a one-time thing. It could be like a multiple-time thing. Like
I mean-
Yeah, no, I'm saying like one show, like not a whole tour.
yeah,
shit.
right. Just
You
do a
know what I'm saying?
one-stop type
Like,
thing.
one
Yeah.
show
Hell yeah.
type
Where would you want to do
shit.
it? Like Philly?
Yeah, Philly for sure, because that's where everybody we know is at. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Warehouse on Watts is right there.
Yeah,
We could do
okay.
that shit
Let's
easy.
get to
Okay.
it. But
That's
yeah,
We do that shit
another
easy.
thing we're trying to do with our brand, we're trying to get back into the merchandise lane of things. We kind of been slack. It's just been like the videos have been really consuming us, but now we're finally at a point where we have a little bit of extra time in between videos to put our time into that.
Yeah,
So,
because like the last year and a half, we've been in school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
taking up so much time.
boom, and then we'd have to stop and then keep going. But now we're like, this semester, we're just taking time to work. So we're going to try to accomplish as much as we can right now.
Yeah, utilize every hour of the day. We've really been, in the last 2 weeks, I feel like we're locked in almost every day. Like, we really only go home to sleep, and then we wake up, we hit the gym together. We all
come
get
right
food
here.
together, and then, we're always on FaceTime with our whole group chat, our whole team, and just, like, locking in ideas and stuff like that, planning out the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cool when you work with people too that are like tapped into the same shit you're into. So it's just like everyone's eating off of each other's like motivation, creation, creativity, and like it's just like that. Y'all like when I asked before about like y'all the spot here, like it's cool as fuck. Y'all all got like your own thing going on within this one creative space. So that's fucking sick. That's
Most
super
definitely.
Yeah, bro. And it's like, this is our second podcast, bro. Like, we don't really bring too many new people in here. So once we are able to just like consistently bring new people in here, it's just going to be like a better vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. And just keep on changing, like trying out new shit too. Like podcasting is cool because it's like there's a structure to it, but at the same time, it's kind of like music. Like you can really go your own route with it. Like you guys can you don't have to even just stick to strictly music. You can have other people on here that are in other aspects of the industry or just not in the industry at all and they're doing other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all could really just chop it up with whoever.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is cool.
Straight up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well,
Sweet.
we really are here. We're in PA right now. Shout out to PA. Shout out to
The
Jersey.
county.
Jersey.
The county, Bucks County.
Big Jersey, Bucks County. What's up, Bucks County, PA? What's up,
Yes,
Jersey Shore? What's up, United States of America?
Worldwide,
What's up, universe? Hello, world, globe.
World.
Can you give me a Jersey?
Jersey.
Jersey, I love that.
Jersey.
I love that. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, I rep Jersey like as if it was literally on my back. I love Jersey.
Yeah, I know,
awesome.
bro. You really love. Like,
I
that's
love
where you're
Jersey.
from, so yeah.
I love Jersey. Like everyone, like bro, funny as shit. When I was living in Orlando, like we would always go to like the nightclubs with the guys I was living with, and like we had it to the point when we would walk in the club, the DJ would go, "Jersey's in the building. What's up, Jersey? Yeah, what up, Jersey? Jersey!" It was like the DJ chat. It was so funny, bro.
That's great, bro.
We had
Talk
Orlando
about
one
showing love. That's amazing,
yeah.
man.
That's fire.
So you lived out in Miami for a little bit?
In Orlando, so I was like in the
Orlando.
Orlando, Tampa area. I was in Miami for like 2 weeks. I just didn't like Miami, honestly. I didn't nothing against Miami or the Miami people, but like I just was like, it's a little too. I don't know. I feel like to have fun. Not that I don't like. I like to listen. I'll spend dollars if it makes sense. If you get what I'm saying. But like Miami, it's like really costly to have a little bit of fun there. And it's like Orlando and Tampa. You could spend a little bit of money. You can break the bank in Orlando, Tampa, but you're getting more bang for your buck. And like the people I met once I went to Orlando and Tampa, and like I met the people there I was like staying with, and like all the friends I had out there. Like I didn't want to leave, and I just left because at that time like there was so much going on in my career with like the shows and stuff where I was like, I gotta get back to Jersey and really like hit the home base for a second and get some shit going and get some shit shaking. That's when we did the little Zan tour. And then that's when shit kind of like, I think I told you, like I think honestly y'all might have been going through the same rough patch and rut like when I was going through shit too, like same thing. It was like
No, yeah.
shit just wasn't hitting. You know what I mean? Like it's like it literally was like like you said 4 or 5 month period. Like it was like 4 or 5 months where we were just like, damn dude, like the show gets canceled in Atlantic City. Shout out to Lil Xan, he's my boy, but like the tour didn't really hit like we expected it to. Like we expected it to be a bigger picture, a bigger project, and it just didn't hit for what our expectations. And like it was like 4 or 5 months where we were just like, damn, dude, like when the fuck are we gonna catch a break?
Yeah, bro. Like
definitely.
one thing I learned just like doing this shit is like when you're at a low point, it's not gonna be there forever. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's really
You
just
gotta
about the
appreciate the
consistency.
lows sometimes. So when the highs come, it's like, yeah, man, like
That's my phrase, bro.
yeah.
You have to appreciate the lows to really understand the highs.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep pushing through.
What were you saying, Kyle? My fault.
No, I was just saying like it's really all about consistency and not getting stuck up on like numbers and shit that's not doing well. It's about the next big thing that's gonna happen. You just gotta keep pushing because if you obsess about the low, then like you're never gonna reach that next high.
Right.
100%.
Most
Nah,
definitely.
Real shit, bro. Real shit.
100.
100.
100.
100.
I mean, shit, man. What else? What else?
So, I mean, we already tapped into the tour and shit. I just got a shout out real quick. Shout out to Mac Agency. My boy Andrew over there. Been my role model since I started doing the shows, and it was super cool for him to like tap in with us and be like, "Yo, I'm really fucking with what you got going on." And I just started top of 2023. I'm gonna be officially an agent for Mac Agency, so I'm like
Fire.
super hyped on that.
Congratulations, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Congratulations,
Appreciate
man.
that, bro. Yeah, I'm like that's something I've been like.
Clap, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Shout out to
sir.
Andrew, shout out to my boy Andrew, man. But I'm excited, man. Like I'm really this is something I've always, like I said, like once I started doing the shows, like I love music, I love creating music, but like once I started doing the shows, I knew that was the lane I was supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And it's like that was like when I first started doing it, I'm like, who else is doing this? And I looked up different agencies in the game, and I'm like, Mac Agency, that's like literally the agency for artists. Like at that time, the Baby was huge, and like he's still huge, obviously, but like he was blowing the fuck up. And this dude Andrew was on Instagram flexing. He's like, I got the hottest fucking artist in the fucking game, and I'm like, that's who I am right there. That's my soul creature right there, bro. That's the dude I fucking connect with.
Energy.
Big energy.
Hell yeah, and I'm excited as fuck to work for him, bro. He knows what he's doing. So that's gonna be a cool opportunity 2023 to try some new shit, because like we do the touring agency shit, he does the booking agency shit. So like they work hand in hand essentially. Like people like me work with people like him. So it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on both sides of the coin with him.
Right.
It'll be cool.
So like other than the DC the Don tour, like what's next? Like
Well, I'll just say because it's not like locked in, but we're going to international. We're going to be doing shows overseas, European
For
tour.
real?
Yeah, European tour. We're going to be doing some tours in Asia. We're going to be tapping into my home ground, like the Italy. We're going to be doing a show in Italy.
that's fire.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
That's going to be like early 2023, like sometime into spring. We're still kind of like lining up. Everything just really depends. It's going to be with DC. That's someone we really want. Like, that's someone like I'm like super just locked in with right now is DC. Like we're still, the thing that's cool is like we're going to be able to do that, but our team is so strong that like I have a group of 4 guys that can stay home and run an East Coast tour while I'm out international. And then when I come back, I could do East Coast and they can go out to the West. You know what I mean? We can have like multiple tours. That's like what we've wanted to get to, is like so where we can have like 2 teams running tours at the same time, so it's just doubling up the workload.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, honestly, like doing this tour, like routing all 19 cities and like lining everything up, like I'm not gonna say it was easy, but like I did it, and it did it by myself. So it's like I know for a fact I could do 2 6 per city tours. You know what I mean? And like it would be fucking smooth as shit. You know?
Sick.
Yeah, I'm excited, bro.
Bro, I'm excited too. Like
I'm excited for you. That's incredible,
that shit
dude.
is so fire.
It's fucking
I'm
incredible.
super hyped, dude. I'm excited as fuck. It's just kind of like full circle fruition. I've just been waiting for this moment to really like capitalize, and now it's here. So it's like I'm just banging on this fucking this hammer's hitting the table until every motherfucker hears it.
It's time.
Hell yeah, it's our time, motherfucker. It's our time.
Fucking get it.
Hell yeah.
Shit me.
You shitting me?
You shit me?
Shitting me?
Are you shitting me?
Well, I feel like that's a good way to end it. What do you think?
I love it. I love Friends of Friends. I love Life and Friends.
I love Life and Friends too.
I
I
love
appreciate
Life
you
too.
coming out. I appreciate. We're really proud of everything that you've accomplished, and I know by the next time we had another podcast, you're gonna accomplish a lot.
Yeah,
more,
we definitely
so.
got to do one in the future.
Hell
once-
yeah.
yeah.
Hell
You
yeah.
can bring out the whole team.
Hell
man,
yeah, I'll bring out some of the boys
Yeah,
with me too. Hell
definitely.
yeah.
Like how we had
Chop it
earlier,
up.
bro. Bring out the
Yeah.
whole team.
Hell
like,
yeah.
let's, you know.
And we'll get some shit rocking. I appreciate y'all having me, man. 'Cause